The indie comic circle, especially when it comes to for people of color, is like ran by like, no, let me not even say ran by. It's just bad, okay? It's just bad. Shout outs to the people that are actually trying to make a change. Shout outs to the people that are going wholeheartedly trying to do something better. Because majority of the companies out there, if you get offended by this, because I'm not name dropping any companies, if you get offended by this, then clearly you feel some sort of way when it comes to your business practices. But majority of the, larger independent webcomics publishers, they're just like doing very, very shady and bad business, whether it be from things that I've heard, whether it be from things that I've seen, whether it be from things that I experienced firsthand. It is horrible. I want to stress that if you are thinking about or you're doing or you're creating, please, if you're trying to do comics, if you're trying to make web comics or you want to call it manga, whatever the hell, if you're trying to write stories or whatnot in that fashion, in that realm, be very, very cautious with where you go with your comic, where you submit your comic, and where you try to get published at. Because you can get locked in a situation where, I'm sure you've heard it with like musicians plenty of times, like, yo, I'm in a bad deal with my label won't let me drop, or my label ain't giving me the promote. The same situation that goes with music applies with comics, where they can have you in essentially slave deals that they can make it that you literally can't do nothing other than draw in your room and do nothing with what you draw. Write in your room and do nothing what you write in your room other than just write it. They can literally make it that pretty much they put you in a publishing deal that you can't do nothing. We basically own the rights to whatever you do, and that's it. They can do many, many things. And again, I've seen this many times. I've experienced it many times. Again, I'm not calling out any names, but if anybody wants to feel a sort of way and want to feel brave and froggy, by golly, please do leap. Please do. Because ultimately, it's sad. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I be having these deep conversations, whether it be with my brother Siobhan or a few other people, about the state of independent comic creators and how sad it is that, like, I see sometimes, like, when I see like a creator is like, yo, I'm trying to get my comic, and they're trying to pitch it to a company, or if I see a creator like, yo, I just got signed to this company, I'd be sitting there sad, like, oh man, they don't even know what they just did. And I feel like it's not necessarily my position to be reaching out to them being like, yo, you shouldn't do that deal. Let me tell you why you shouldn't do that deal. Because then at that point, it's like I'm interfering with somebody's life course. And by no means I want to do that. But I want to stress for anybody that may watch this, and I am going to re-upload this somewhere. I don't know where. Probably even my main, the ForneverWorld channel, whatnot. Please, if you are creating comics, understand that there are a lot of vultures and a lot of companies out there, these independent webcomic companies, that are going to do you dirty. It's almost as if they feel like it's okay to do these things, and it's strange. It's really strange, because at the end of the day, like, why would you come into this space, right, where people are following their passions? It's comic book nerds. We love what we love. Why would you come in here and try and take advantage of people that they're in their minds like, man, I would love to one day be the next Eiichiro Oda. Man, one day I want to be the next Masashi Kishimoto. Dude, I would love to be the next Kohei Horikoshi. And you coming in there and shattering dreams. I've known of writers that pretty much, they created stuff and they're for years and years trying to get out of their deal and couldn't do nothing, despite the fact that this is their dream. I've known of artists that are jaded. I know one artist in particular, very extraordinarily talented artist, that is so jaded to what was done to him by an independent webcomic publisher that he doesn't even do manga no more. He doesn't do comics no more. He when I spoke last with homie, he was pretty much just like, he didn't even really want to speak to me because he felt like I was just a remnant memory of what was done to him. Despite the fact that I'm one of the few people that he would talk to, because he knows that it wasn't my fault, and at the end of the day I had nothing to do with it, and I fought for homie. He's completely done with doing art. hasn't posted art on none of his platforms in like I don't even know how long now. Just walked away from it all because he was done dirty. I know a writer that just recently, very recently, just finally after fighting for so long, got back the rights to one of his comics, and he's like, yo man, I don't know how I feel about this at this point. It's so disgusting that this is the space for something that is supposed to be so beautiful. Right now, especially with the way anime and manga and all of this, comics are on the rise and stuff like that, this should be a thriving industry. We should already have these artists that are making gigantic splashes that are inescapable for their independent comic. They should be just doing the most. Instead, a lot of people keep on getting swindled into these companies because they don't understand half the time. It's similar to, again, the music industry. They're just excited like, oh my god, I'm about to be put on. They about to sign me to this magazine. Oh my god, this is my opportunity. And they sign away and they have no idea what they just did because a lot of these corporations don't have your best interests at heart. They don't care about the little independent creator that is trying. They just like, yo, we got this talented dude locked in. And if he does anything, because for whatever reason, it's like a lot of these people are mustache twirlers, fam. A lot of these people are mustache twirlers that it's like they're excited to fuck you over. It's strange. It's so strange. Especially what really gets me is when it be our own. When it be the ones, people of color that are just at the drop of a hat, ready to do you dirty, ready and excited to do you dirty, and then on top of that are gonna go on a massive spree of trying to make it justified of why they did you dirty. And again, I don't speak on this just from hearsay. Sure, I've heard a lot, but I've also seen a lot, and I've also experienced a lot firsthand. 100%, my own eyes, done to me, seen by me, done to other people, heard by me from other, like, it's just so nasty out here. Why would you do that to people that they just, yo, this is probably one of the closest things to being an innocent thing. Bro, you just want to freaking draw some comic books, bro. You want to make your little cartoons. Why would people be like vultures preying on these people, dog? It is sick, especially, again, I gotta stress, especially our own. Honestly, and I say this with so much love for my people that have already been screwed over and the potential victims of all this stuff, because I love y'all so much. Any corporations, any people that are in power with these independent webcomic publications, if you are purposefully or just in general okay with doing wrong to these creatives, to these artists, to these authors, to any of these people, please stop. Like, I'm not even gonna come at you with the venom that, you know, I would normally do, but I'm asking you, if you see this, please think about it from your dream. When you first started your corporation, when you first started building what you was trying to create, how did you feel when you was that boy with a dream of making the next Dragon Ball Z or the next Fist of the North Star or the next Naruto? That was everything to you, right? Please don't destroy the dreams of a lot of these other would-be authors, especially of our own people, because y'all don't know this, but there are just so many battles that go on, and I keep on looking, it's like, bro, why are we fighting amongst ourselves, dog? Like, if I told y'all some of the stuff, I would blow y'all minds. Some of the battles that I be having with very notable and reputable people, dog, that you would be amazed, and you're like, what? It's just that I'm not gonna go that route. That's not my character. But if I ever really was like on some crazy, I lost my mind, venomous, nasty shit, y'all would be amazed at the stuff that I could tell y'all of things that is just like, I'm talking multi-million-dollar operations that is just some nasty, snaky dog fuckity fuck bullshit that you would be disgusted with if I told you what's happening out there, or these people and how they maneuver, how they move, how they talk to people, how they act with people, how they do their own kind of what I've witnessed and what I've been through. Just do right. We all want to make comics. We all are inspired and love the same things. We love our big three. We love our battle series. Please don't destroy somebody else's dreams for money, for capital gain, or just because you can't take the time to understand where they're coming from in terms of what they're trying to accomplish and their own ownership. And by no means, also, there is a certain amount of responsibility you got to add on. You know, a lot of these creators, whether it be because of hearing horror stories, you know, they have this certain level of apprehensiveness and paranoia of like, I don't want to get screwed over, I don't want to get screwed over. You also have to take some accountability as one, when you sign these deals, please make sure that you actually have, whether it be some lawyer representation or just make sure that you know what you're getting yourself into. Make sure too, because unfortunately a lot of people, and I was there at one given point myself, where you know you don't have the best social skills to interact. They kind of mess shit up them damn selves and make people feel a certain way about you when you don't know how to act in social environments. Because, you know, a lot of us, you know, we stuck in the crib watching these animes and these mangas 100,000 hours a day. So when you get to these situations where you finally, yo, I drew my thing and I'm talking to these people, a lot of people, they lack social skills, social cues, and how to respond and act. And they piss people off, which that's no excuse for people to do the disgusting things that they do. But nevertheless, try your best to develop some social skills before you get into these environments with some of these people, because as even just a warning to you, there's a lot of people that they're ready to strike at any given moment, that they're waiting for the opportunity, and if you don't have the skills to maneuver through these situations, you're like a lamb to the slaughter. So I also want to throw some responsibility on the actual creatives and the people that are trying to get in this industry, that you got to know to a certain degree what you're getting yourself into and be prepared. Talk to somebody that you know loves you and cares about you when you're making these moves. Whether it be your mama, your daddy, whoever it is, talk to them. Get their advice on this. Have them look at whatever contract it is. Have them read your comic. Have them look into that company. And if you don't have nobody like that, do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like the situation I told you the other day, I didn't ask nobody. I had a big freaking, my tire blew up on the side of the highway. I didn't call nobody. I did it myself. Do it yourself if you have nobody else, because at the end of the day, nobody coming to save you, homie. That's a hard pill to swallow. But when you get locked into those contracts with these things, there's a reason, and I'm not going to get into it. But there's a big reason why that comic that a few years back I was hyping up, my comic, The Evolution of Autumn Walters, created by me, Timothy, why it doesn't see the light of day. Why we got 4 completed chapters, start to finish, done. And a 5th script ready, and the outline for chapter 6, 7, and what would have been 8. And it doesn't see the light of day. And if it ever sees the light, there's a reason for all of these things and why they happen the way they happen, okay? So I just plead with all parties that we all want to win. We all want to do what we love. We all want to chase after our goals and our dreams. Please try and put yourself in the shoes of, whether you're a company owner, put yourself in the shoes of that awkward kid that is just drawing and maybe says some stupid shit and maybe does some stupid things because he's a little scared or paranoid about you screwing him over. Put yourself in his shoes. And would-be creator, be prepared. And again, yo, if I was on some nasty energy, if I was on, like, if this was me a few years back, before I started to become the man I am today, the person I am today, it would just be ugly out here. But why, dog? Because the same things that I'm saying, I want to see all these people win, dog. I want to see a lot of these black-owned corporations do incredible, great things and be up there and, you know, be a competitor at some given point to the Shueishas and Shonen Jumps. I want to see that. So why would I go out here and start saying this, that, and the third about this one and that one and that one and this one? Because I want to see my people win. I want to see my people win. I don't want to see people lose. I don't want to hurt nobody. I want us all to win. Why can't y'all feel the same way? Empathy, your consciousness, tap into it, please. Because instead of us fighting each other, we could be fighting our way to the top. If all of us wasn't with all of this bullshit infighting, and for like a solid year, all these corporations, all these creatives, all these artists just banded together, we easily would make the next Shonen Jump and easily start rivaling these dudes in a heartbeat. If all of these corporations, these indie webcomics that, you know, the problem is too, everybody is racing because they want to be the one. That's another massive issue that we're all facing. Everybody wants to be the one. They want to be Neo, baby. Everybody wants to be that dude. We did it first. You want to be one. And a lesson that I learned very strongly is, the problem is you're not trying to be zero. And most people ain't going to understand that. Most people are going to say that it's bollocks, mate. What are you talking about? That's the problem. You want to be one when you should be trying to be zero. But yeah, man, I had to really speak on that because it's been bothering me. I seen a situation yesterday, but it's not just that situation, dog. It's so many situations. I really hate that the ego and the pride and all that stuff really stops us from how easily we would take over, bro. And not even take over, because I don't want it to sound like we're trying to conquer. I'm just saying achieve where we're trying to go. Because if we all banded together, a solid year of just putting everything together, create something great, in a few years we all go our separate ways and do our own thing regardless. So why is it we can't band together for a small period of time, get to the destination, and then we slowly all branch off and create a renaissance of black created comic publishers? Put the ego away, kill the ego. Ego must die. If I was running on ego right now, you know the dumb shit I'd be doing? And that's the problem. Ego, kill that shit, because it's not doing nothing. We're all still right now at squat because, again, everybody wants to be one. Stop trying to be one because it ain't working. Hello. None of us has made it to the freaking promised land of where we're trying to be. None of us are Shonen Jump. None of us are even close. How about we all band together and stop the malarkey? But the crazy thing is, the greed is like a hypothetical greed. Because there's not major money right now with everybody slinging these comics that really nobody knows because nobody is established. You know what I'm saying? And the fallacy in all of it too is, guess what? The one, if there was gonna be one, it already happened a long time ago. Shout outs to Dwayne McDuffie. Shout outs to Milestone Comics. They did it a long time ago. So if there was a one, it already happened. You're late to the party. There is no one. The one is literally what's separating all of us and stopping all of us from being as great as we could be. What's stopping us from just showing love in general. There's just nobody that even tries to like, yo, how about we just all link up? You know what I'm saying? But Black Fire, we're gonna do our thing. Black Fire, our doors are open to, especially to anybody that may have been jaded by you know, a lot of these independent places. Black Fire, we absolutely would love to have you. And I can 100% assure you that one of our big priorities is we want you to feel good. We want you to feel safe. We want you to understand that we ain't trying to screw over nobody. And the setup that we have, once people start really, I guess, sitting down with us, you'll be like, oh my God, this almost seems not too good to be true, but this just seems like a miracle and a blessing. Because the setup and what we're actually trying to accomplish, Black Fire, you're not going to even believe it, where everybody is gonna win. So if you have been burned, come to death row. No. You don't want your CEO dancing in front of the convention. All in the panels. Come to Black Fire, baby. On a real though, I highly encourage anybody that they're trying to do big things, but they've tried, maybe you're jaded. If this message reaches you, we would love to sit down and have a convo with you and see what we could do moving forward, because Black Fire Entertainment, we're going to revolutionize the way people enjoy comics and the medium and literature in general. And I can assure you, when we launch, it's going to be a whole different ball game. And our heart is 110% with the creatives. This isn't some corporate nonsense. This is one guy telling you that at the end of the day, I want to make some type of change. And just imagine me like Soge King right now. Yo, Max, burn that freaking flag down because we coming, baby.
Yes, this is for my day ones, gotta be clear. Still moving on, baby, but I wish she was here. Still moving on, baby, but I gotta get there. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never forget. Still moving on, baby, I'ma never regret. Still moving on, still moving on. This is for my day ones. This is for my day ones.